A little brat like you is hardly enough to push my buttons. You wanna see me really push your buttons? Bends over. Hello, and welcome back to Binary Star Hero. This is a yandere dating sim in which you meet a cute guy named Ray who bears a striking resemblance to the country's top hero, Binary Star. And right now, Ray has just brutally slaughtered a group of criminals to save your life. Let's get started. I am so excited to get back to it. I missed Ray so much. I wake up with a start. Seeing my roof, feeling my bed sheets helps to ground me. When did I change into my pajamas? Did Ray take our clothes off? Oh, I helped. I yell in surprise, whipping my head towards the window. By the window leaned a casual Ray. So hot. I have not stopped thinking about this man. He is in my brain. There is something up with him. That just makes me want him so badly. He smokes a cigarette, blowing the smoke out the window. We look at each other in silence for a minute before he speaks up. You slept pretty deeply. You're out of it. It'll probably be best if you got some more rest. My body shakes at the memories that swarm me. Does that mean it wasn't a dream? You weren't dreaming. Did he just read my thoughts? Sorry, it's a bad habit. He does read thoughts! Oh my god! See, I was wondering, back in the first video, when we said he had nice reflexes, and then we were like, he is a little attractive though, and he's like, oh, you think so? And I'm like, what? Can he read my thoughts? He absolutely can read thoughts. I touch my face. There's no blood on it. How? Ray grimaces and blows more smoke out the window. You don't remember taking a shower when you got back. I shake my head, slowly feeling confused. Some distant memories start to return. It'll probably all come back with enough rest. Just try and take it easy for now. I try to find the proper response, but words don't formulate. I nod. Ray sighs. Can I come over there? I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want to me. You can come into the bed. I would like you to come into the bed. I would like you to come into me. I slowly nod again, unsure if I completely meant it. Ray pushes himself off the wall he was leaning against. He places a cigarette in the ashtray and turns towards me. He approaches me and I can't help but flinch. He carefully sits down at the edge of my bed and I can't help but to scoot further away from him. I'm sorry for what you had to see. I didn't want you to see me like that. Thanks for saving me. That was honestly a nightmare. I don't think I'm gonna get over that for most of my life. And to be honest, I'm probably at least a bit traumatized. A bit? Ray avoids eye contact. He looks uncomfortable. I'm sorry for showing you that. I just wasn't thinking. No, don't be sorry. I panicked, which is new for me. It wasn't pleasant to say the least. I don't think I'm gonna be able to rid my mind of that carnage for a long time. But without you, I'd be forever at the whims of Double or I'd be dead. Even if I survived and he took me, long enough at the whims of Double, I'd be dead either way. So, thanks for saving me, Ray? Ray gives a small sympathetic smile. I smile back wide, trying to lighten the atmosphere. Or I guess I should say, top hero Binary Star? Ray groans. Yeah, I was kinda hoping that me being Binary Star was something you would never piece together. You do seem completely different from your hero persona. Ray gives me a leveled look. That guy and I have nothing in common. I kinda have a feeling that he hates being a hero, because no one sees him as human. Just like a weapon and like a shining hope for humanity and stuff. Well, either way, I think I like Ray better than him anyways. Ray smirks. Aww, can you bend me over now? That's a first. Aww, my poor baby. I open my mouth to reply, but I'm cut off by a dull pain in my jaw. Ow, I rub it, realizing it's the place where Double grabbed me before. Ray comes closer. Let me see. He softly turns my face, so he can see where the pain was originating from. His face falls into a deep frown. I don't think you want to look in the mirror for a couple of days. A couple of days? I need to go grocery shopping. What? To buy more mac and cheese? No you don't. What? It's best if you stay here. I'm about to protest, but Ray firms his voice a little. I haven't found Double vision yet. My mouth strains into a tight line. Ray's voice softens. Don't worry. I'm gonna keep searching. After that bloodbath, Double has probably already ran for the hills. Ray gives a humorless chuckle. Unfortunately, I doubt that. I read his thoughts back at the warehouse. He is pretty attached to you. He may become desperate without you. Ray frowns deeply. Please, stay inside here, where I can make sure you'll be safe. Ray forces a smile. You still look so exhausted. Ray moves back to the window, looking out at the night view of the concrete buildings and urban sprawl. He pulls out another cigarette, bringing it to his lips. Try to get some sleep. I'll keep an eye on you until I have to go to work. I soon become taken by the exhaustion of the day and drift off to sleep. Does Ray sleep? I wake up with a sense that I dreamt about Ray. Was he naked? I drowsily look around the room. Ray must have left for work already. Part of me was a little disappointed. I get up and inspect the fridge. It was pretty empty, so I settled on eating some leftovers. Throughout the day, I shift between watching TV programs, playing on my phone, and reading my book. After a few hours of being lazy, I can feel the exhaustion setting in. The sun is beginning to set. I decide to do some stretches to keep the blood flow to my legs. Wait, something's tapping at the window. When I glance to where the noise is coming from, I notice a small black cat at my window. A cat? It's like Bud. How did a cat get 5 stories up? I immediately open up my window and grab the cat, bringing it into the apartment. Oh my god! What were you doing out there, kitty? The cat wiggles in my arms, and I let it down in my apartment. The cat wanders around the apartment, sniffing everything its small nose can reach. I sit on the bed watching the cat. When the cat finishes whatever rounds it was making, it stares at me curiously. Do you want to play? I dig in my closet to find the basket of cat care items that I probably should have given away ages ago. I pull out a feather toy and crouch down in front of the cat. The cat stares up at the feather toy with an unamused look. I bounce the toy up and down, but it fails to interest the cat. It just rubs its paw against its face instead. I try a few more toys, but the cat even seems amused with my frustration. Eventually, the cat turns around, stretching up towards my bed. You wanna get up there? I ask, carefully picking up the cat and placing it onto my bed. After sniffing around a bit, the cat lays down. It looks so comfortable. I can't help but to yawn as well. I decide to follow suit, laying down on the bed, blanketed by the rare warm sun. The cat gets up and walks over to me, and curls up next to me, its soft warmth comforting me. How'd you get up here, kitty? You must be pretty agile to find your way up 5 stories. Is this Ray that has shapeshifted? I hope not. I mumble to the cat. The cat gives a soft meow, almost looking proud of its accomplishment. As I pet and talk to the cat, it purrs in response. Between the warmth of the sun and the cat curled up next to me, I soon get tired and my eyes refuse to stay open. I can't help but to fall asleep with the cat beside me. The door clicks closed, and my eyes drift open. Is Ray home? Can he come to bed now? Still tired. Ray walks in with full hero attire, carrying a sizable duffel bag. I like you more without the hero attire. Also, your hair's not as cute when you're dressed up as Binary Star. His expression looks more exhausted than usual. Part of his hero outfit is ripped in different areas. I grimace at a particularly nasty slash on his side. Ray follows my eyes and covers the slash with his arm. It looks worse than it is, I promise. Oh, I feel so bad for Ray. I feel like he doesn't really know how to be a human. Did he even have like a happy childhood? I get up to take a closer look, but Ray quickly takes a step back. I rushed back here to check on you, so I haven't taken a shower yet. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to... No, it's okay. I just can't guarantee I don't smell entirely horrible right now. Do you want to shower here? Oh, do you mind? No. Coincidentally, Ray, I also haven't showered either. Do you shower together? I want this man so bad. I was just stopping by here to make sure you're doing okay. I was gonna head to mine and come back here later, but I guess that would save me a trip. Yeah, feel free. There should be some fresh towels in the bathroom. I look at him. I don't think you'll fit in my clothes though. Ray drops his duffel bag on the ground. No worries. I always take extra clothing to work. Never know what's gonna happen, right? I push out the memories of the carnage from my mind. Yeah. Ray, surely sensing what I was thinking, looks somewhat awkward. He forces a smile. I'm going to... He gestures towards the bathroom. Yeah, of course. He saunters towards the bathroom. A couple of seconds later, Ray speaks through the door. Hey, Yinny. Yeah? I approach the bathroom door. Do you mind helping me with something? I mean, anything, Ray. It's nothing weird. Oh, I was gonna crawl in and schlop it, but alright. Sure. Do you want me to come in? Yeah. Why does he look so good? I open the bathroom door to find Ray hunched over the sink. Okay, well, I shouldn't be hitting on him right now because he's injured, but he looks great. God, I want this man so bad. I don't think I've ever wanted a fictional man so bad in my life. No, actually, you know what? He's up there with Arsham Nefaus from Bewitching Sinners. I open the bathroom door to see Ray hunched over the sink. The top part of his jumpsuit is off and his hair hangs partially wet. I eye the gash on his side, red and angry looking. I can't reach the top part that well. Do you mind cleaning it? Ray looks awkwardly away. You can say no if you want. I'll just wash it in the shower water and hope it's good enough. What were you fighting? Ray grimaces. He knows what I'm getting at. The crawler. The type of alien that you saw before. Their attacks are becoming more frequent, and it was destroying the city. Okay. I walked towards Ray and grabbed the bottle of hydrogen peroxide from his hand. I cleaned the wound as thoroughly as I could. Ray doesn't even flinch at the touch of the hydrogen peroxide. He sighs. Thanks, Yumi. No problem. I stand awkwardly, trying not to stare at Ray's undressed upper half. I'm gonna take a shower now. Oh, right. I'll get out of your hair. As I open the door, it suddenly closes by a weight behind me. I turn around and see Ray looming over my body. Are we gonna do it? Do you want me to join you back in the shower? Because I can. He stares intensely, his face coming ever closer. He pauses just as his breath drifts across my face. Ray lifts a hand to my face, brushing his thumb across my cheek. He then holds up a small black hair tie that must have been sitting on my face. My face heats up. There was a cat in here earlier and... A cat? On the 5th floor. I blanch, unsure how to explain it. Maybe a neighbor let it out? Was that Haley? Can Haley shapeshift? A silence drifts between us. Some dark emotion shifts under Ray's eyes that I can't quite place. I glance down at the gash on Ray's side. The red is starting to bloom and run. Was I too rough? Does it hurt? Before I can process what's happening, Ray grabs my wrist, pressing it deeply into his side. I can feel the bandages grow damp with blood under the pressure on my hand. Ray? He looks at me, completely expressionless. His dark eyes seemingly bottomless. I try to yank my hand away, but he only presses it deeper into his side, my fingers digging into the wound. Stop! I yelp, beginning to feel a bit sick by his flesh slowly being parted by my fingertips. He lets go of my wrist. I instinctively take a step back, cornered into the door. No, Yinny. Nothing you can do will ever hurt me. Nothing can hurt me. I'm pretty sure that's not true. I want to hug him so bad. Why is there angst in the middle of my simping for this man? This is the price I pay for protecting humanity. Yeah, but who protects you? And who looks after you? While you play with cats. His tone sounded almost sardonic. I wasn't really sure what he meant. I try to search his face, but it remains expressionless. Ray's cool gaze never once leaving my own. So are you joining me? What? I mean, yes? So are you joining me then? Yeah? Ray reaches to the shower, turning it on. You seem to take your sweet time leaving, so I assume you want to show or something. Maybe? Whip it out, please? A smirk drifts across Ray's face as he starts to pull down the rest of his jumpsuit that sits loosely at his waist. Asshole? I mumble, leaving the bathroom. Ray chuckles as the door clicks shut. I can hear Ray give a tired sigh as the shower water hits his body. Having the national hero binary star in my small apartment felt surreal. The high standards set for all heroes past and present currently in my shower. Not as binary star, but as Ray. The same Ray that would stop in for a black coffee, looking like he hadn't gotten an ounce of sleep for at least a week. The same Ray that would skeptically try a green latte, who would carry my groceries for me. To be honest, I wasn't exactly sure how to feel. They seemed like the two completely different people, yet the evidence was clearly in front of me. Who are you? Binary star. The sun continues to set a brilliant red, closing in on nighttime. Soon enough, Ray steps out of the bathroom clothed in a comfy sweater and jeans as normal. Have you eaten? He glances at me while drying off his hair with a towel. I shake my head. No, I'm not too hungry. You should at least eat something. Your body's been through a lot. I'll order you some food. Well, my hero. A little smirk plays on Ray's lips. And don't you forget it, Star. What kind of food do you like? I shrug. Maybe something comforting. Ray chuckles. Catch. He tosses me his phone and leans against the wall. Get whatever you want. You? What if I want you? Whatever I want, huh? Maybe I'm feeling some wagyu and lobster. I peek up at Ray, he just smirks down at me. Are you trying to scare me? Get to you? Asshole? Kinda hot in here. This bed is gonna kill me. I groan. You are no fun. I fight villains all day. A little what? I fight villains all day. A little brat like you is hardly enough to push my buttons. You wanna see me really push your buttons? Bends over. Wow, insults, huh? Ray laughs, brushing a hand through his damp hair. Part of me wondered how Ray would react if he found out that I used to be a small-time villain. When he pushes his hair back, I notice his pierced ears, and since he can read thoughts, he probably already knows you're a villain. Kinda strange for a hero like you to have their ears pierced. You think so? It doesn't really fit the hero image. Yeah, I guess not. When did you get them pierced? Sometime when I was a teenager. I don't exactly remember when, to be honest. Went through a rebellious phase, huh? Something like that. They were so strict at the NAHA. It was hard not to be a shitty, rebellious teenager at least once. A lot of people get recruited into being a hero, but you were basically one from birth, huh? I was talented like that. I feel so bad for him. Did you still get to do normal kid things? Ray's face falls for half a second, before snapping back to its original expression. Of course. My childhood was pretty normal, even boring. Are you sure? Somehow. I don't get the feeling that you can be the judge of what normal things are, as I'm pretty sure lattes aren't usually green. Matcha lattes are? Rude. I held up his phone as if I'll throw it. Ray chuckles. It was a joke. A joke. I glare at him, phone still in the air. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sure you had a very normal upbringing and turned out very normal from it. I lower the phone and Ray sits next to me on the bed. I hand his phone back. You didn't order anything. I can just do it on my own phone. I don't want to have you spend money on me like that. Ray rolls his eyes. I'll go ahead and pick you up something then. There's some food in the fridge. I'll just find something from there. I get up and open the fridge, finding some fruits to snack on. Ray narrows his eyes at the small amount of food but doesn't comment. I sit on the kitchen counter and start to eat the fruit. So what are those alien things anyway? Ray sighs. Well, time to move myself. We aren't really sure. Every couple of weeks they send 1 or 2 more. Lately, it's been happening with more frequency. They're really destructive and seem to kill rather than eat or capture. So you have to be really careful if you end up around one. Their sight isn't too good, but they have excellent hearing. Ray approaches me, looking down at me from where I sit on the counter. If you're ever in trouble, just yell for me. And no matter where I am, I will save you. I feel so bad. It's like I'm happy that he wants to save me, but at the same time, I genuinely don't think he's had a normal life or that people have treated him as himself. His intense gaze pierces my eyes. I look away, his depthless eyes making me feel a bit flustered. He places his hand on my face, redirecting it back towards his own. He brushes away some fruit juice I didn't realize that was on my cheek. It's never boring with you around. That's for sure. I blush, embarrassed. After finishing my fruit, I throw away the container and head towards my bed, flipping on the TV. There's a special on music that hit the top charts lately. Oh, look, there's Blaze. I didn't know he was in the band. Ray sits next to me. Yeah, I don't think he's in it for the love of music though. What kind of music do you like? Ray looks at me with a smile playing on his lips. I don't know. I don't usually go out of my way to listen to any specific kind of music. Whatever's on the radio is fine, I guess. Really? You give me the vibe that you'd be into classic rock or something. Are you calling me old or something? No, not at all. Good. You aren't allowed to comment on my age unless you can outrun me. There's gonna come a day where I can. Ray scoffs. Not in your life, kid. Too proud. The article says my pride is what's sexy about me. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's sexy about you. Also, we are on a bed right now. How convenient, right? You set yourself on the internet. That's embarrassing, right? I never admit to something like that. The internet? No, not really. Magazines? Sometimes when I see one with my name on the cover, it's hard not to be curious. Magazines? I take it back. You really are an old man. Ray's smile looks a little annoyed. You're such a little brat. Oh, am I? You gonna do something about it? I cannot handle this man. I think he's gonna kill me. I think I'm going to die. Oh my god, what the hell? I laugh. Blaze's face shows across the screen, sweating on stage while he screams into a microphone. Boo, boo, Blaze, blue. Blue? Boo, you suck. You know, he came in to order coffee once. I vaguely remember your coworker mentioning it. I'm guessing Blaze wasn't there for the coffee. He wouldn't take no for an answer. He was very determined on taking me out to dinner. I'm not stupid enough to think that for someone like him, an offer like that is simply a nice invitation. I get the feeling he's the type to feel owed after taking someone out to dinner. Ray had a deep frown. His silence was a bit unnerving. I attempted to lighten the mood. I don't know how you even survived with him as a sidekick. I couldn't even survive 15 minutes around the guy. After a while, I essentially fired him, but the NAHA decided to promote him into a hero, to preserve my clean record. What's the NAHA? A smirk quirked on Ray's lips. North American Heroes Association? You really don't know anything about heroes, huh? I roll my eyes. Do you want me to freak out over you? Oh my god, binary stars in my apartment. I can now die happy. Ray chuckles. If it's you, I don't even mind shaking your hand or autographing your forehead. Do people ask for that? You'd be surprised what people ask for. I feel like there's a double meaning to that. I shudder. Ray gets up, positioning himself against the familiar wall. You should get some sleep. It's late and your body is probably still healing from the shock. Some part of me does feel nervous about Ray in my very small apartment. He smirks at me and I look away, quickly remembering that he can read my thoughts. He lights a cigarette. Get some sleep, Star. I'll watch over you until my shift. I can't sleep alone. Ray, I can't sleep alone. Well, he looks a little bit shocked there. Yeah, Ray, I can't do it. You know. Excuse me? I'm too scared to sleep alone. So, can you sleep with me? You stare at Ray pleadingly. Ray sighs. He puts out his cigarette and closes the window. He approaches the side of the bed. I have to report to the office in a few hours, so I won't be able to stay all night. Just till I fall asleep. Please, Ray? I give my biggest pleading eyes and Ray sighs. Fine. Scoot over. Yay! Ray takes off his outer sweater, making a comment about how it smelled like smoke. I scoot over, leaving room for the chronically tired-looking man. The bed dips as he gets in. Good God! Jeez! My god. Once he's in the bed, he props his head up on his hand, looking down at me. Wow. He looks open and somewhat uncomfortable. He shifts his gaze away, avoiding eye contact. I continue to gaze at him. He pushes my face away lightly. Stop. You're so far away. I'm so cold. My god. I am shameless. He is struggling right now. So cold. It's almost like I'm all alone. I feel like maybe I'll get scared again. Ray groans. Fine. He's blushing. That's so cute. That is so cute. He wraps an arm around my waist, easily pulling me closer to him. His chest feels firm and warm, padded by his sweater. So that's what you're hiding under that frumpy sweater, Mr. Ray? It's not frumpy. And don't think shit like that when you're this close to me. Why not? Hey, it's not like I asked you to read my thoughts. It's not like I want to. It's hard not to when you're this close. Uh-huh. Telepathically sends pictures of us doing it in vivid imagery. Pervert. Exhibitionist. Okay, fair enough. I laugh out loud. Ray ruffles my hair. Stop being a brat and get some sleep. But what if I want to keep being brat? I must drop all the sarcasm I can. Yes, sir. I could feel Ray's... You could feel Ray's what? Huh? I could feel Ray's twitch in his pants as he shifts slightly away from me. Somebody is a dom. Don't play with me, Yinny. But what if I want to? You need sleep. You know what I need? Yes, now go to... I think part of your body knows what I need. What? I could feel him get increasingly older. He's so pretty. I can't do this. I don't think I could do this. I think I'm onion rings. Yinny, if you keep being a f***ing tease, neither of us are gonna get any sleep tonight. Okay. And that's exactly the point, Ray? So can we like get it on? Can you just like absolutely super slam me? Or seismic slam or whatever you superheroes do? That is a promise. Ooh. I like promises. Ray leans in, his hot whispered breath brushing over the shell of my ear. You're stepping on my last ounce of self-control, Yinny. Am I? I don't think I'm gonna survive. Ray's tone was seeped in warning. Ooh, how hot. I sigh in defeat. Fine, I'll stop. God damn it. Good. Ray pats my hand slowly, weaving his fingers into my hair, his other arm wrapped firmly around my waist. With the comfort of Ray right next to me, I'm able to drift off into sleep. When I wake up the next morning, Ray is nowhere to be found. No! I stretch and get up. I spot a note on the bedside table. I left some breakfast for you in the fridge. Please refrain from going outside. If you have to, call me first. Rest up, Yinny. I'll be seeing you again tonight. Yay! I noticed an additional note at the bottom. P.S. I didn't get a single wink of sleep thanks to somebody. I won't name names. Wow. Wow, we should just do it right now. God, I hate this man. In brackets, Yinny is a liar. I spent most of the day sitting around reading and flipping through TV. There's a special showing on heroes. Despite Binary Star being rated the top hero, there actually wasn't much information about him. His parents died when he was young, so he was taken in by a top hero at the time, the Steel Sheriff. Steel Sheriff lovingly raised him as a normal boy, also training him into the hero that we now know today. I decided to search Sheriff on the internet to learn more about him. 10 reasons why Steel Sheriff is a true Golden Age hero. Steel Sheriff is reaching his 60s, but even in retirement, he isn't slowing down. All of the top results were articles that felt very PR-driven. I decided to check social media to get a better understanding of common opinion. The first result that appeared was a thread from a couple of weeks ago that amassed 120k likes. Thread: Steel Sheriff got away with everything. We should be talking about it. I click on the thread and start reading. During the Golden Age of Heroes in the 80s, Steel Sheriff was quite popular. Now he seems to be living remotely and out of the spotlight, as his name has been steeped in controversy. The thread was long, but it essentially boiled down to a gross misuse of power. Steel Sheriff was accused of many sexual assaults and worse. Not only that, but he seems to have been blatantly homophobic and misogynistic in the past. After retirement, he spiraled into alcoholism and lives in a remote area of Oklahoma. Nobody sees much of him anymore, but his 60th birthday coming up has reignited feelings about him among the populace. I can't help but to wonder how having someone like that as a caretaker may have impacted Ray. Apparently, Ray never had any brothers or sisters, so after his parents passed, Steel Sheriff was the only one that Ray could call family. I wonder how Ray feels about him. I decide to shake the weird feeling and change the channel. It lands on the news. Across the screen shows some heroes fighting an alien. I watched the live news segment, but I don't catch the familiar flash of blue, blonde, and red. I thought Ray said he had work today. I try and shrug off the suspicion. I'm sure heroes also have assignments that aren't in the public eye. While scrolling on social media, I see somebody talking about fanfiction writing tips. I wonder if Ray has fanfiction about him. I search up some fanfics for Binary Star. Most of them were admittedly great portrayals of him that is shown in the media. I can't help but to laugh at myself at the difference between the fan portrayal of Binary Star and how Ray actually acts. As the nightclub continued around them, Binary Star leaned in closer, his voice becoming softer. Your name! Your smile has the power to ignite a light within me. A light that burns brighter than any danger I face. I've fallen deeply in love with you. Breath caught in her throat. As she stared into Binary Star's mesmerizing red eyes, a wave of emotions washes over her, threatening to pull her into the sea, and she found herself unable to form words. Instead, she expressed her feelings through a heartfelt smile that mirrored his own. Her heart soared at his words, eyes shining with unspoken affection. She felt a deep connection with Binary Star, one that extended beyond his heroic persona. I scrolled past a couple of chapters of the lovey-dovey stuff, only to find the risque parts. Binary Star looks down at me with lust draped across his ruby eyes. His formed chest heaved in lusty promise. What? I need you more than light itself. Ever since I saw you at that club dancing your worries away, I knew I needed you desperately. I would save the world over and over just to have your body. Oh my god. The fanfics are so funny. He places a deep, needy kiss onto my lips, hands following the dips and curves across my body. I can't suppress a groan. Binary Star gives me a bright smile. Don't worry, I'll treat your body with care. Just like when I saved the bridge from collapsing. I laugh out loud. I wonder if the inconsistency in character is really because nobody knows how Binary Star would react to being horny. Every word makes me laugh, as I can't help imagining Ray saying these ridiculous lines. Time flies by as I become absorbed in Binary Star fanfiction. The door sounds and Ray enters through my apartment door. After walking in, he pauses and gives me a curious look. You look like you're up to no good, Yinny. He looks tired, smelling a bit like smoke. You aren't in your hero uniform. I didn't do any frontline hero work today, just some paperwork. I hop up, approaching him. You smell like smoke. Oh, do I? Sorry. There was a fire nearby the office. It must have settled in my hair. Mind if I take a shower here? Sure, you know where the towels are. Thanks. Ray showers and the smell of soap fills up the apartment. I put on some music and open up the window to let some fresh air in. I think back to the news on TV earlier today. It's a little weird that a building fire wasn't featured. Ray gets out of the shower, drying his hair off with a towel. Ray, I think I'm going a little stir-crazy. I don't know how much more time I'll be able to stay cooped up inside. Ray grimaces. I know. I'm sorry. I'm just worried something will happen to you and I won't be able to find you. I was actually thinking, in the meantime, until we find Double, would you move in with me? Yes? My place is larger so you can move around a bit more. It also has better security so you won't have to feel worried about staying here. I chew on my lip. I don't know. That's kind of sudden. He pats my hand. I guess that was a bit sudden. Sorry. Maybe just think about it. I already thought about it. My answer is yes. I don't think it's very safe for you here. As long as Double is around and knows where you live, there is a chance he can come get you anytime. And honestly, that scares me. Yinny, there isn't much time. Ray's phone buzzes. Sorry, I have to take this. He picks it up, leaving my apartment. My heart got stopped pounding at his offer. Well, I hope later on he can't stop pounding me. What the hell? That was so sudden. He isn't wrong, but I am in a very worrying position. But abandoning my apartment to move in with him seems extreme. After half an hour or so on the phone, I can hear the front door close, and Ray returns inside. Sorry, some work stuff. It's alright. Have you eaten yet? I shake my head. Not yet. I'll make you something. What? You do not have to cook me a meal in my own apartment. I don't mind. He walks towards a small kitchenette. To be honest, I enjoy cooking. I don't get a lot of opportunities to cook for someone else, so I'd like to, if that's okay with you. I guess so. I just feel bad. I should be cooking for you. Ray gives me a little smirk. I'm not sure if I trust your cooking. Hey, I am very good at cooking. You act like I'd poison you. I'm impervious to poison, so you wouldn't do any damage to me with that method. You say that as if I can do damage to you in other ways. Ray just smiles as he starts to chop up some vegetables. I watch him in the kitchen as my music plays in the background. He was surprisingly skilled at cooking. Soon enough, dinner was made and I sat down at the table with Ray. The veggie pasta smelled delicious. Well, Ray, he looks proud of his work. Dive in. I mumble a thanks for the meal and start eating. Wow, Ray laughs. The pasta was incredibly good. If you have any preferences, let me know. I can cook just about anything. This is so good. I'd be happy with this again. Noted. I made quick work of dinner, not realizing how hungry I got. After dinner, I tried to do the dishes, but Ray ended up helping anyways. It was a strange feeling, living together. even though we technically weren't. When cleanup was done, we sat and chatted about various things. My place is a pretty large kitchen, and it does feel like a shame to not use it, so I try to make the most of it. I level a look at Ray. What? I'm still surprised you can cook so well. I have other skills outside of saving citizens in distress, you know. I read about some of your skills earlier today. I joke, Ray gives me a skeptical look. Is that right? I pick up my phone and click on a random Binary Star fanfiction I was reading earlier. When Binary Star looked at you from across the club with his ruby red eyes, you felt undressed on the spot. He grabs your hand, taking you to the quieter hallway where he pushes you against the wall, his plush lips encapsulating your own. He's so embarrassed. Binary Star pulls back, heat in his eyes. Heroes have to blow some steam too, and you look like just a citizen to help. He whispers huskily. Oh my god. What the f? Ray walks over, standing over me. I hand him my phone and he starts to look, his eyes widening at the increasingly graphic nature of the fanfiction. My lord. Well, Ray, pretty bold of you, in public at a nightclub too. Ray glances up from the phone with a skeptical look. Did you write this? No, it's fanfiction. There are thousands of these. A smirk appears on Ray's lips, and he leans, towering over me closer. Is this the kind of stuff you like, Yandere? Baby? A dangerous smile stretches across his face. Do you want me to drag you to the back of the club and take you off of myself? God damn it! Wow! Oh my god! While covering your mouth so others don't hear you as you desperately moan my name. Jeez Christ! Eek! Yikes! My teasing has fully backfired. Yes, it has. Ray gives a look of warning. My face heats up, and I scoot back as I'm sure he can hear my heartbeat from where I sit. That was a lot. No, I just thought it was funny. Ray shrugs. Too bad. Let me know if you change your mind. I changed it. My mind has changed. It has changed right now. Too bad. Ray saunters up to the window to light a cigarette as per usual. I'm unable to look him in the eye and I hear him chuckle. I get up and get ready to go to sleep. I lay down in bed, hyper aware of Ray's presence, but he stands looking out the window. After a while of failed attempts to fall asleep, I look towards Ray. Ray? He glances at me. Can you cuddle with me until I fall asleep? A small smile plays on his lips as he puts out a cigarette. Sure. He walks over, taking off his sweater. The bed dips and he drapes an arm around my waist. He is so pretty here. There was some comfortability with Ray that I wasn't used to. With him, I felt safe. I think about the special I watched earlier in the day. Ray? Yeah. Was being Mr. Sheriff hard? Ray sucks his teeth in thought. It certainly wasn't easy. He wasn't a good person. Probably still isn't. We didn't talk anymore. When was the last time you talked? Maybe 6 years ago or so. He was my guardian for about 11 years. Steele was a deeply troubled person that hurt people wherever he went. Ray looks at my worried expression. He ruffles my hair with a sympathetic smile. Don't worry, he couldn't hurt me. He tried to once and learned his lesson. Since that day, he lost interest in messing with me. Steele is the kind of trash that only punches down at people who won't fight back. The minute I turned 18, I left Steele for good. The NAHA was forced to figure out the PR spin for the situation. I think they landed on something like Binary Star paving his own path towards herodom or something like that. Did you have a hard time with Double Vision? I chewed my lip and thought. Double wasn't always bad. He was very courteous to me most of the time, but things started to go bad, and then they didn't stop snowballing. I think maybe he was manipulative and violent all along, but because it wasn't pointed at me, I refused to look and other people got hurt because of that. I sigh and Ray pulls me closer. He runs a hand through my hair comfortingly, the way he was in the warehouse. It was never that bad. Before I had an inclination that he was capable of killing me, now I know for sure that he is. It'll be okay. I promise I'll keep you safe. I glance up at Ray, who gives me a little smile. Why are you doing all of this, Ray? Because he loves you and wants to kiss you? You have no obligation to spend all your time watching over me. I'm thankful for your help, but I don't really understand your motives. Ray levels a look at me. A silence crosses over us as Ray studies my face. You don't have to say why if you feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Ray places his hand on my cheek, pulling it softly so I face him. He looks at me quietly, a softness passing through his eyes. Yandere. Yes? I love you. What? I'm in love with you. From the first moment I saw you, I fell for you. Every interaction with you after that only served to further solidify my love for you. I wanted to make you love me too. Ray gives a self-deprecating laugh, but I suppose I'm no good at making people love me without a PR team. That is so not true, because my god, I wanted you 5 minutes after I met you. I was ready to bend over like right then and there. My mouth hangs open, face heating up at the bold confession. You don't have to respond. I'm not looking for affirmation. I just thought you should know the significance I hold you in. If I lose you, I might as well lose everything. If you're gone, the world will crumble. That's kind of dramatic. I won't apologize for how I feel. I gaze up at Ray. It feels somewhat surreal that Ray, Binary Star, just confessed his love for me. I continue to stare and his face starts to blush and he looks away. What is it? Nothing. You really love me. Don't repeat it while staring at me like that. He's embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. You're so insufferable. I laugh and Ray's expression softens. He touches my face again, looming closer. You're so unbelievably perfect. Aww. Yinny, can I kiss you? My heart leaps out of my chest. Ray's face so close to mine, I could almost feel the heat rolling off his skin. Yes, I nod slowly, and Ray's hand moves to the base of my head. He leans in softly, pushing his lips onto mine. His fingers weave into my hair and I can feel him sigh. When I don't pull back, Ray deepens the kiss. My heart is hammering in my chest. I become greedy at the sensation of his lips gently colliding into my own. I want to taste him. My fingers reach up, wrapping into the collar of Ray's shirt, and I pull him closer. His hand tightens in my hair in response to my action. I push my tongue against his lips and he parts his, brushing his tongue against my own. Whoa! He groans and pulls back, a small smile forming on his lips. I look up at him, hungry. We should probably stop. No! Or I'll have a harder time stopping myself later on. His black eyes filled with a warning. Okay, fine, thank you. He leans down, placing a kiss on my forehead. You should try and get some sleep. You look exhausted. I look exhausted. Ray, you look like you haven't slept in weeks. I don't really get much sleep. Do you think you can sleep in with me tomorrow? Ray gives a little smile. We'll see. Try to get some sleep, Star. You too, Ray. I cuddle into him, and his arms tighten around me. With the comfort of Ray's tight hold, I fall asleep in no time. I wake up in the middle of the night. Ray's lowered voice bounces off the wall softly. Yeah, I did it. What else do you want me to say? So what are you gonna do? Actually, let me rephrase that. What can you do? What's going on, Ray? No. I'd rethink that if I were you. If you want to put me on trial, the reputation of your best hero is tarnished. You can fire me if you want. I'd gladly take the vacation. See? Nothing else you can do. What now? Well, I'd recommend you keep a leash on your other heroes and keep them away from my personal life. Frankly, I'd recommend that for any of you. We both know what I'm capable of, and I'm no longer satisfied with playing nice. Did he kill Blaze? Is that why he smelled like smoke? And there wasn't, like, a fire reported? Ray glances at me and I shut my eyes to pretend I'm asleep. I'm unsure if he saw me looking at him, but he walks over and sits near me on the edge of the bed. He pats my head softly. He must have thought I was tossing and turning. After my breathing evens, he continues talking on the phone. I look forward to watching the NAHA actually do their f***ing job for once. Please, be my guest. Tell Herschel. There isn't anything he can do either. Then you better contact risk management. There's nothing the NAHA can do to make me back down. I'm getting what I want. And frankly, as far as I'm concerned, everything else can burn. That's so hot. Yay! There's something about him that's just so... Oh, I want him so bad. I want him so bad. That's about all I have to say regarding that. Last thing, I'm gonna be late getting to work tomorrow. Ray glances at me. I've decided to sleep in. Good night. Ray hangs up the phone. He gazes down at me, his thumb tracing the features of my face. Did I wake you up? I open my eyes slowly. The moonlight blankets Ray like a halo, giving him an ethereal glimmer. I shake my head slowly, and a ghost of a smirk appears on his face. You're a good liar, Yinny. Is everything okay? Ray gets into bed next to me, his familiar warmth comforting. He runs his fingers down my cheek, leaning in. You don't have to worry about anything. I'll take care of everything. Go back to sleep. I nod and lay my head back down, and soon, everything fades into a familiar darkness. I wake up as something tickles my cheek. My eyes readjust and I glance over. Hughes is near me soundly. I try to get up, but his arms are wrapped tightly around my waist. He mumbles something and nuzzles the top of my head. Ray. 5 more minutes. Ray. His eyes flutter open. When he realizes his hold on me, his face goes pink and he scrambles up. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I usually don't. It's okay. You're pretty out of it there. Ray stretches, his toned body brushing against a thin black shirt. Yeah, honestly, I haven't slept that soundly in ages. I'm surprised I even woke up. That makes 2 of us. Ray gets out of bed yawning. Do you mind if I take a shower? No, not at all. Don't worry, I'll be out of your hair soon. I don't want you out of my hair. I want you in me. He retreats into the bathroom. I eye his duffel bag that he always brings with him. I know it isn't a nice thing to do, but after everything that's been going on, I can hardly be blamed for being a little skeptical. I can't disregard what I saw in the warehouse. And I can't disregard what was spoken about on the phone last night. I can't disregard my safety by having him around my apartment so often without knowing if he's dangerous or not. I first poke at his duffel bag, and then I slowly open it. Inside were some changes of clothing. There's a sweatshirt and some jeans. I smell them, but nothing seems off. They smell like Ray, slightly of pine and toasted sugar. While I'm digging around in his clothing, I accidentally shake loose the carton of cigarettes. I would probably need some stress relief if a whole city relied on me too. I feel something hard in the pocket. That looks like a pen I used to have. There isn't much in his duffel bag. Some clothing, a notebook, some keys, and a couple of phones. I hear a bump in the shower and realize I probably don't have too much more time to snoop. I'll look at the phone. I tap on one of his phones in the duffel bag. It's password protected, but I can read a couple of the newest text messages. None of the texts come from saved numbers. I expand the first message. Hey Binary Star, this is Mist. I got your number from Chandra. I texted you last week but you never responded. Can you please consider talking to Herschel for me? The second message comes from the same number. Look, I know I screwed up. It won't happen again. The family took the shut-up money and signed an NDA so you can vouch for me. I promise it won't come back to bite you. While reading the second message from this Mist person, a new message appeared on screen. Need to talk about your recent performance. I've been informed of actions inappropriate by the standards of the NAHA. Tomorrow 8 AM, Herschel. While trying to close out, I accidentally hit the reply button on the message from Herschel. I should have just closed out immediately, but part of me wanted to see what would happen if I responded. No, I shouldn't respond. I closed out of the text deciding it wasn't worth it to respond. Ray might find out and get upset. I put the phone away. As I'm returning everything to the duffel bag, a wallet tumbles out flopping against the floor. A square paper slides out of the wallet as it hits the ground. I snag it off of the ground, opening the wallet to put it back inside. As I flip around the small square, my hand pauses. My heart threatens to leap from my chest. On the small square that was tucked inside the wallet was a very familiar view. One I saw when looking into the mirror. A view of myself around 3 years ago. What? It's me. In my villain outfit petting a cat. As the shower shuts off, I'm jolted back to reality. I shove the picture back inside of the wallet and bury it back into the bag, zipping it up just how it was before. I lay myself casually on the bed, pretending to read a book that had been sitting on my nightstand for over a month at this point. A couple of minutes later, pretend reading, Ray exits the restroom. He approaches and leans against the wall where he usually does by the window. This time, instead of smoking a cigarette, he's fully focused on me. Well, he knows. His intense look makes me squirm. There's something distant and disconnected about his eyes. So you're digging through my stuff or something? Going through my phone, huh? You are a nosy little thing. Kind of an invasion of privacy, don't you think? Despite him saying those things, his tone seemed more teasing than serious. Ray levels a look at me. It seems you're unnerved by me on some level, that you don't trust me. He pushes himself off the wall and walks towards me. So ask me whatever you want. If you ask, I'll tell you anything. What do you want to know? Why do you have a photo of me? Why do you have a photo of me in your wallet? A photo from 3 years ago. Do you remember what you were doing in that photo? I try and think back. What was I doing during that time 3 years ago? My eyes widen. I was robbing a house. I look panicked at Ray. I'm not gonna turn you in or anything, dummy. At that time, I was on my way to my next assignment when I saw you breaking into the house of Legislator Keck. I was going to quickly take care of you, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. It was an odd feeling. Before that moment, I never really had any issues getting rid of criminals. I truly believe that if someone commits a crime, they're opening themselves up to punishment, that the world was better off without them. But that day, something changed. I kept watching you run around playing with the cat. Something in me just couldn't compute that you were a criminal. His eyes peer into mine. You had a bag of everything you came there for in hand, all the jewels, money, blackmail. So without a doubt you were a criminal, but I couldn't get myself to dispose of you. So I became curious. I kept trying to predict where you would hit next just so I could catch a glimpse of you. Sometimes I was right, sometimes I was wrong. Stalker. Ray laughs. I guess I became a little obsessed. You broke my ideals and I had to figure out why. Why didn't you say anything? I couldn't just talk to you. If you, a petty criminal, knew that you were on Binary Star's radar, you would have disappeared from the city, possibly even the country the next day. But eventually you disappeared anyways. By that time, I didn't realize how much of me depended on you. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, you were all I thought about. Is that why he moved to the city? As in the city I'm currently in? You'd become my Binary Star, and without you my balance was off. I became a zombie during my day. I'd just smile and say what they wanted me to. And at night I sought you out. I finally found you 3 weeks ago. I transferred to work in the city. I purchased a condo. I formulated the perfect plan to meet you. You're never supposed to figure out that I was Binary Star. I was hoping that you'd either fall for me or Binary Star, not both. Ray sighs and rubs his forehead in frustration. I just didn't expect your old partner to also try and chase you down too. And now I know he truly won't stop until he is 6 feet under. Ray levels an intense gaze at me. After 3 years I came to the conclusion that you are what matters. Not crime, not justice, not criminals or villains or civilians or even Earth itself, it's you. Wow, this is intense. I still love him though. Ray levels his gaze at me so closely. I feel like I could hear his heartbeat if I focused hard enough. Yinny, I promise, I will keep you safe. I may not be the perfect shining hero from the stars that everyone claims I am, but I will be your hero. I'm not sure how to respond. Some part of me knows thank you isn't an appropriate response to the situation. Ray can sense the conflicting expressions that drift across my face. I know that was probably a lot. Yeah, it kind of was. I'll let you rest. He pauses as if wanting to say something, but then decides to just leave with a wave. Ray gathers his stuff and exits my apartment. I am left in silence, with only my thoughts. It's obvious that Ray, or rather Binary Star, is dangerous to some extent. But when he talks about him without the mask on, something about him just feels so lonely, distant. I sit down thinking over the previous interaction on repeat. I spend most of the day trying to research information about Binary Star, but I can't find anything of value. The sun is already beginning to set and the restlessness sets in. After a while, I can't help but do something about my complicated feelings at hand. What if I call Haley? I decide to give Haley a call. They warned me before that Binary Star most likely had some skeletons in his closet. Maybe they know more, or maybe they don't. Either way, Hal's comforting voice is something that I need to hear right now. The dial tone rings softly. Hello? Yinny? Hi, Hal. Yinny, are you okay? I tried texting you, but you never responded. I was getting worried for a minute. You kind of dropped off the face of the planet there. I'm okay. You sure? You don't sound okay. I bite my lip. Everything in me wants to run crying to Hal, but I can't be selfish. Hal essentially just lost their whole business with the chaos in the West District. The last thing I want to do is have more stress onto them. Yeah, I guess I just missed you is all. I can hear Hal sucking air suddenly. Yeah, sorry. Me too. Are you okay? I hear a familiar voice in the background. Yo, is that Yinny? Let me say hi. Wait, your face is so red. That's so funny. Stone Cold Hal down back. Ooh, a large smack reverberates over the speaker. Miles groans in the background. So, did you call for anything specific? Not really. Remember how you mentioned that you think all heroes have skeletons in their closet? The more powerful the hero, the more packed that closet's gonna be. Why do you think that? If you have unlimited power, who will stop you? The government will do anything to protect their assets after all. What do you think about Binary Star? Once again, there's silence on the other end of the call. Please, Yinny, listen to me closely. Run away from Binary Star. I did some asking, some digging, and nothing good can come from being around him. He will only cause you misery and chaos. You will never know peace again if you accept him. The best thing you can do is run far and fast as you can. There's another pause on the other line. I have to go. Just please tell me you'll leave tonight and run very, very far away. I was unable to answer, unsure of what to do. Haley's tone left no question of severity of their request. I'll find you again when you're in a safe place. The phone call cuts off suddenly. Haley probably hung up. I start to feel exhausted. Ray isn't home and it's already pretty late. I can't help but to wonder if it's because of our discussion earlier. It suddenly left off on an awkward note. A bit of sadness stung in my heart. Despite everything, part of me still trusted Ray. I get into bed, resting my body against the plush blankets. My eyes close, covering me in the familiar darkness of sleep. I dream a peculiar dream. One where Double, Haley, myself are all heroes. We fight to defeat the ultimate villain, Binary Star. I drive a sword through his chest and he erupts into planetary dust, showering glitter all over myself. I don't feel sad, yet tears swell and pour down my face. The planet heals, and it's finally over. The dust falls into sparks, and soon the earth catches fire. A wild flame licks my face and my body and I can't breathe. Help! I can't. As I dream, the smell of smoke drifts across my senses. I cough a bit, turning over. My eyes flash open as a scent of smoke permeates the area. I immediately sit up. Did Ray set my apartment on fire? My whole apartment is consumed by flames. I blanch. How could it have spread this much without me waking up? I quickly stumble out of my bed. The ground is hot as flames lick the far wall. I cough as the smoke starts to get into my lungs. I can't stop coughing. This is bad. I glance around my apartment as it's doused in flames. I cough harder as I kneel over. The smoke is suffocating. I had to do something fast. No, go for the balcony door. Sprint towards the balcony. I make my way towards the balcony door. It's the closest to me, so it only takes a few seconds to get to. When I reach out to the doorknob, I can feel the heat even before touching it. I turn it around, yanking a sheet off the bed and wrap my hand in it. I try to push, but the balcony door doesn't budge. I curse under my breath. Why does it have to be jammed now of all times? I use my full body weight to push against it, but again, no dice. My vision begins to spot as my lungs desperately search for air. Any air that they can gain purchase in. I again press my body against the door, but it doesn't even flinch under the full pressure. My legs collapse, shaking as my vision swells. I reach towards the door, crawling on my knees. My body heaves and coughs, unable to relieve the lungs of the soot. As my vision begins to fade, suddenly a rush of fresh air hits me. I'm disappointed in you. What the hell? Binary Star looks down at me, radiant as ever. Even in these circumstances, he glows. You would really rather die than ask me to save you. Do you hate me? Are you disgusted by what you found out about me? Do you think I'm a monster too? Wait, what? I'm unable to answer. All of my words are being swallowed by coughs and desperate greedy gasps for the sudden influx of fresh air. You don't have to say anything. I already know you do. Binary Star smiles kindly. His words do not match his expression. I debated leaving you here, watching the life fade from your eyes, unshackling myself from humanity once and for all. But it seems I'm really struggling with that decision. So, I'll give you a chance to make that decision for me. He approaches, smiling as kindly as ever. I struggle to my feet, to meet the hero eye to eye. Why? I choke out between coughs. To be frank, I'm tired of being a paragon for humanity. It's clear now, even you don't see me as a hero either. You probably don't even see me as a human. That is so not true. Not 1 ounce of affection left in your heart for me. That is so untrue. And you're even right to think so. To do so. This is so sad. And I want to retire, I guess. He pauses in thought. Well, retire may not be the correct word for it. He chuckles. What you experienced earlier with the alien attack was just a recon of sorts. There are many armies waiting for the word to attack. It'll happen in a week or so. They'll have ships, bodies, and weapons beyond our comprehension. The other heroes will only serve as special fodder for ungodly mechanisms. I could defeat them. It won't be pretty, but I could. He brushes a hand through his hair. But you see, Edie, I'm having a hard time finding the will to fight for humanity, to save them. And the only thing that would make me even remotely want to. He glances down at me, but his silence falls thick. To be honest at this point, I'd rather just watch it all burn. Let the aliens do the hard work, and then I'll play cleanup crew. That's cruel. Humanity is cruel. And despite it all, despite the glamour, the advertisements, the campaign, I am human. He looks at my scared, doubtful form. I know to you, to some, I probably look like a monster. And believe me when I say I desperately tried to shelter you from that. To everyone else, I look like a savior. Frankly, I'm tired of wrestling with strangers' views and expectations of myself. My identity. I can't stop. I'm inexorable. Only when I see the earth shudder under my force will I be forced to mourn the loss. Only as the planet scatters and drifts as a trillion glowing particles will I have to reckon with the conclusion of if I am a human or a monster. Some part of me thought you could save me. I still can. He chuckles in a self-deprecating way. I realize I was wrong to even place that expectation on you. I'm sorry for that, Uni. The binary star hero sheds his mask. He's Ray. Despite it all, they're one and the same. He reaches his hand out towards me. Ray is shining brighter than ever, lighting up the whole room with his divine glow. Some stars are created by being ripped apart by black holes. Uni, do you want to be torn apart? Shredded piece by piece to be born whole, more bright and beautiful than ever before. Some part of me felt it wasn't necessarily a question he was posing. Well, I'm gonna take his hand, and we'll get all the other endings after. I take Ray's hand. My heart thumps out of my chest. He smiles beautifully, full of cathartic hurt. I understood in that moment that I am the bone that needs to be broken in order to be set in place and heal properly. The day I met you was the first day I learned something new about myself. I learned that I could love, and that I could hope to be human. Ray holds me close. His hand strokes my cheek. Thank you for letting me dream, Uni. I thought I could change. That I could be something other than human or monster. But in the end, I have a quasar that shines around me like a halo. It pulls matter from everything else around it into a single volatile ring, and that ring will shred and swallow until it's had its fill, until nothing else can be cannibalized. It will rage on and on until it fades away from existence completely. He brushes some soot off my forehead. He pauses, looking upon my face. A moment of hesitation clouds his features. I look up at Ray. Save me, Ray. You told me to call out to you for help, and now I am. I don't want Binary Star to save me. I don't want him. I want you. I'm asking you. Ray, I want to stay with you. I don't want oblivion. I don't want silence. I don't want a greater purpose. I want you. I want to be with you. Human or monster, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You'll never trust me. I can't help but to laugh, even in these circumstances. Ray, after everything, do you really expect me to be able to trust you? You hardly have ever given me a reason to trust you. But I can tell that you care for me, and all I know is that some part of me does love you. And I don't want to throw that away because of some uncertainty. I want to try and learn to trust you. The real you. Ray looks at me, like he doesn't quite know what to say. I want to go on normal dates with you. I want to get in fights, cry, apologize, laugh, have awkward misunderstandings, and I want to sum out differences together. I also want to do it really badly if you're up for it. Giddy, this is not the time or the place. I'm sorry. All this time, you've been what people wanted you to be. But the truth is, I don't want you to be anyone. I want to grow into someone with you. Even if I'm not the hero binary star that you wanted. I fell for Ray in the coffee shop, not the edited hero on the magazine, and I'm not ready to give anything up yet. So please, give us a chance to figure this out together. Please hold on a bit longer. Defend this planet a bit longer. And please don't give up on this, on us. I entangle our fingers together. Ray is silent as he watches me. His shoulders slump into a tired posture. He gives a deep exhale of air. I promise I'll make you the best black coffee. Ray's eyes crinkle. That is an offer I can't turn down. This is the money-back guarantee, right? Oh, he squeezes my hand lightly. I crack a smile, even under these circumstances. Always. In an instant, Ray places a sweet kiss on my lips, and he lifts me up easily into his arms. Ray! I gasp in shock. What? He looks down at me with a coy smirk. I'm really craving some exclusive Yinny's black coffee right now. Aren't you? His face is so close to mine, I can't help but to look away. And he chuckles. Wrap your arms around my neck and hold on tight. I do as I'm told, and in an instant we're in the air flying. The night sky is beautiful, but the cold air makes me shiver. Ray holds me a bit tighter, draping his iconic cape over my back. Ray's still an enigma to me. Some part of me thinks I will never quite understand him, but for the first time we have some semblance of understanding between us, and it makes me want to learn more about who Ray is. I want to discover the bad, the good, and the deep dark shadows that are cast from his luminosity. I close my eyes, squeezing Ray tight, hoping and praying to anyone for a future that is kind. Oh, that was cute though. I'm really glad that we got the ending where we made him, I guess, accept himself a bit more and reaffirm that we love him and not the hero version of him. Alright, I'm also gonna peep Ray's after story as well before we grab the other endings. Sunlight shines through the large window. I turn in the bed, my hand brushing against an unfamiliar emptiness beside me. It's still partially warm. He must have recently gotten up. I stretch and rise out of bed, greeting the new day with a tired body. My feet travel over the heated ground as I move through the spacious condo. The sound of coffee being brewed echoes in the air. I make my way towards the kitchen. As I round the corner, I see Ray leaning against the counter, looking over a stack of papers. Good morning. I yawn. He looks up slightly surprised, placing the stack onto the table as he makes his way over to me. Oh, good morning, Star. How'd you sleep? He places a kiss onto the top of my head. I slept well. Ray smiles softly, straightening out my bunched up shirt. You sure look like you slept pretty well. I pull her face and Ray laughs. Don't pout, Star. You look cute. You're so peaceful while asleep, I try my best not to wake you when I got up. Ew, you were staring at me while I was sleeping, you creep. I tease him back. A flash of annoyance drifts across Ray's expression. Keep taunting me and I'll take you right back to bed, he warns coolly. Do it. I shut my mouth and sit down on one of the kitchen seats. Do you want any coffee? Ray asks while picking up a mug. Yes, please. Ray pulls out a second mug, pouring a generous amount. Milk? Sugar? I hop up, moving to my mug. I got it. I grab the mug, preparing my coffee to my taste. I bring the coffee back to my seat and relax into it. I can't help but to sigh after taking my first sip. Nothing beats coffee in the morning. I glance over at the papers that he was looking through. His eyes follow my own and he walks over, picking them up. Ray gives a tired smile and places them on the sleek countertop in front of me. Some rental properties. I shift through the stack of apartments. A good portion of them are pretty solid finds. You said the last ones were too expensive, so I tried to find something a bit more reasonable for you. I continue to flip through them. You didn't have to find all these for me, I say, feeling a little guilty. I glance up at Ray. He smiles at me in an embarrassed way, probably realized he may have overdone it a tad. Well, you said being here was temporary and you wanted your own place. But of course you're more than welcome to stay here. In fact, I'd love you to. I look at Ray. He seems genuine. I do care about him and I like being around him, but our relationship, or whatever this is, didn't really start out on the best footing, and I can't just live with him. I need to rebuild trust with him first. We can take it slow, and take all the time needed to rebuild it. Ray? Oh, sorry. He cringes. We previously set boundaries where Ray would not read my mind, but after a lifetime of old habits, a new habit can be hard to build. We're learning. It's okay. Ray smiles, seeming genuinely relieved. I dog-eared the ones that I thought looked good. I start flipping through all of the bookmarked ones. Something similar seemed to carry throughout all of them. At least all within a 3-block vicinity from here. Ray gives a little smirk, sipping his coffee. I still want you close to me, Star. Sue me. Ray gives me an indecipherable look. You should be happy I'm even letting you go. A second passes before he smiles. Kidding. He was not kidding. So what are your plans for today? I think for a moment but decide on not responding to his former statement. Probably job hunting, visiting some of these rentals. This one looks pretty good, I say, pulling a paper from the stack. Ray sips his coffee, looking thoughtfully. Sounds nice. Maybe I'll join. I don't remember inviting you, and don't you have work? Ray sets down his coffee. He brushes a hand through his hair. Not really feeling it today. Ray, you protect the whole city. What do you mean you don't feel like it? They can deal with me skipping a day. If the city can't protect itself for a single day, it doesn't deserve to have the peace that it does. Didn't that supervillain Vandal announce that he was going to attack the city today? Ray sips some coffee, waving his hand dismissively. Not my problem, he states dismissively. Plus I'm depressed. The object of my love and affections is moving out. Ray gives a sad expression that was obviously forced. I think I may just have to lay in bed and watch sitcoms all day. He's really playing it up. You hate sitcoms. Nature documentaries then. Depressed people don't watch nature documentaries. Oh, so first you break my heart, and now you put me in a box. You're so ruthless, Star. Ray cracks a smile, unable to keep a straight face. You're so insufferable. I learned from the best brat around. He gives me a cocky wink. Ray starts to rinse his mug. Ray, are you really not going to protect the city? Ray doesn't answer and just places his mug in the dishwasher. I get up and approach the tired-looking blonde man. Ray, please? No. Ray, he sighs, his shoulders slumping. Fine, but I need to steal some energy from you first. What? Ray turns around and wraps me into a tight hug. His arms and chest surround me like a cocoon. His soft sweater plush against my face. His hot breath brushes against my ear, making goosebumps rise on my skin. My face heats up and I start to squirm, and he continues to hold me. I can feel his calm, steady heartbeat. Something in me knew he was holding on to me as if I was his last thread to the world. Stay with us, Ray. Don't disappear. He breathes me in and exhales, grounding himself to humanity. A minute or so passes and Ray finally pulls back. Okay, sorry. I feel energized again. I'll go to work now. I'm sorry for worrying you, Star. Kiss him. I look at the tired man, leaning over the sink. His pale hair slips over his shoulders as he works. The dull shine sparkles in the sun that peeks through the window. Despite his past and perceived failures, and despite his agony, hatred, and contempt, he was fighting still. Fighting against the hardest competitor, himself. He turns to finish the rest of the dishes. Ray, I call to him. He turns slightly to look at me. I take the opportunity to cup his face, bringing his lips to mine. I kiss him deeply with so much care. At first, his eyes are wide and shocked. Then he deepens the kiss, dropping whatever he was holding to wrap his arms around me, to press himself into me more desperately than before. I crack my arms, wrapping them around his neck, and he walks me backward a bit as he pushes into me, threading the kiss even deeper. I finally break away and looking up at him breathless. How's that for some energy? I smirk at him. His eyes stare at me with molten heat. I'm gonna be late for work, he states matter-of-factly before picking me up with ease. He carries me out of the kitchen and towards the bedroom. Hey, yo! Ray looks at me with so much love in his eyes. I'm not sure either of us thought we would end up here. Loved and being loved. Being loved and loved. The future may not be the smoothest of roads. Between us there is a lot damaged and a lot broken. There is a chance we can't repair it. That two broken people only serve to shatter each other more, to pull each other apart. But right now in this singular moment in time, I needed Ray, and Ray needed me. As if it was foreseen in the stars, we met, and we collided. A gravitational pull keeping us in a preordained dance. And we orbit each other. That was kinda cute, but also sad, but realistic as an ending. Alright, let's take the other ending. Let's get the other endings. Okay, this time we'll say Binary Star help me. I knew things were going bad fast. I yell out his name with all the force I can manage. Binary Star, help me! Less than a moment later, a gust of fresh air bursts past me from my balcony. I look up and the shining hero stands before me. He reaches out his hand towards me, smiling kindly. He is radiant even among the smoke and flame. Despite the destruction around me, I feel no semblance of fear. I'm here to save you, Yinny. This one seems really sad. Without hesitation, I grab his hand, pulling myself up. I throw myself in his arms, hugging him with the remainder of the strength of my body. He freezes, surprised by my action. Binary Star clears his throat and shifts his gaze to the side in a feeble attempt to hide how red his face is. After a few seconds of patting my head awkwardly, he shifts back. He squats lower, settling his forearm under my bum. Whoa! Binary Star easily lifts me up, securing my back with his other hand. He steps out onto the balcony, looking at me with a coy smirk. Hold on tight. Suddenly we're flying through the starry sky, his iconic red cape trailing behind. The night air is brisk as he flies back past skyscrapers and stars. Soon enough he settles me down onto a high balcony in the middle of downtown. You can see the whole city from here. That's kind of the point of why they placed me here. He opens up the door and beckons me inside. My jaw drops. This is your apartment. Condo, but yes. He smirks. Glad you like it. This is where you'll be living from now on. What? Unless you want to personally go back to your apartment, which I wouldn't recommend in its current state. He walks up to me, looking at me up and down with a serious expression. Plus here, I can keep you safe. I know where you are. This is not a good ending. I guess that makes sense. I promise not to impede. I'll be right out of here when I get a new apartment. An indecipherable look passes across Ray's expression, and I could almost swear I heard him chuckle. He turns away, walking into the apartment. We'll see about that. What'd you say? He turns around, smiling his signature radiant smile. Nothing. Come, let me show you around your new home, Star. I couldn't help but follow him. He led me, as if a gravitational pull kept us together. Part of me knew that something didn't feel entirely right. By then I was already too enthralled by the hero, the way he shined. I couldn't help but to orbit around him. That was not a good ending, that was sad. Okay, this time, we move away from Ray. This is gonna hurt me. I take a step back. Fear takes hold as tears cloud my vision. Ray, please don't. Ray looks hurt. After all this, he'll still run from me. I'm so sorry. Binary Star's face falls. The glow snuffs out like a candle. Flames fade to nothing in an instant. I'm surrounded by darkness and I'm terrified. My flight instincts trigger and I sprint towards the door. I reach for the door, desperate. I crash full force into something soft. Really, Yinny? I thought you knew better than that by now. Running from someone like me. His arm traps me into the corner. I can feel his hot breath dusting my cheek. What is going through that little head of yours to think that was smart? I guess we have to do things the hard way then. Oh no. In the dark, a vicious red glow begins to shine. Binary Star smiles. He smiles the same way I've seen 1,000 times. Among every billboard, poster, and magazine. Goodbye, Yinny. Did he just kill me? A flash of red. A surge of pain. Everything goes black. And then nothing. True to his word, Binary Star carried forth with his plan. Within a week, an awful war broke out due to alien invasion. And within a month, all humanity ceased to exist. Within 3 months, all living creatures were torn asunder, bodies strewn among trees, stones, and grass, as if they were innate to the terrain. Within a year, Binary Star had grown tired and lonely. He roamed and mourned, still unable to answer the question that pressed him, demanding a conclusion. With the last exhale, Binary Star fulfilled the final purpose he was created for. With the first gift he was ever given, he shined so bright, all of nature was forced to bow before him. And so for the first time, among the deafening silence of galaxy dust, Ray finally existed, completely alone. That is incredibly sad. My god. I'm treating the Ray ending as canonical. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this time we are gonna choose I hope you find what you're looking for. Ray, I hope you find what you're looking for. Ray looks upon my face with an indecipherable smile and a sigh. There's a sadness that lurks in his dark eyes. He brushes a tear away from my cheek. Don't cry, Yinny. I'll keep you with me forever. Ray takes my face into his hands. In a moment that both felt shorter than a thought and longer than an eternity, he presses his face to mine. His lips passionately gain purchase amongst my own. I push back, desperately trying to convey what words cannot. And that moment I feel the sun. Everything radiates. My heart beats and my skin hums. I feel metamorphosis. I look at Ray and he shines. Parts of me fade, being pulled apart and shredded into dust by the star before me. Ray holds me in his arms. He kisses me desperately between sweet murmured words. I can taste the wet salt that runs down his cheeks and falls between our lips. This is also sad. He holds me tighter. Wrapped in my own cocoon, I can no longer talk or see. Soothe my mind is no longer my own. I shine with Ray. Brilliance spread amongst matter and being. I fade, and I'm reborn. I don't like that one. I like the Ray ending. I'm sad. That was so upsetting. I feel so bad for Ray. Man. Alright, let's try and get some of the other endings. Alright, so because I'm trying to get Haley's route, we get to pick some of the other options and check them out. So we're gonna ask him this time how he got his abilities. How'd you get your abilities? I recall what Luke, Blaze, told me a couple of days ago. Asked Ray how he got his abilities. I look up at Ray and he looks back with a slightly stressed expression on his face. He knows what I have thought. Tell me, Ray. His lips tighten, and he works a hand through his hair. His body is tense and he glances back at me. Ray, you said anything? I know. Ray, crap. He curses under his breath. I narrow my eyes. What's your ability, Ray? He looks at me directly. His eyes are so deeply black they might just swallow me whole. Even the room feels a bit dimmer due to his presence. They call me Binary Star. Why? What the hell? Because you shine so brightly against the evil of night. Ray lets out a sound somewhere between a scoff and a laugh. If only that was the case. Star? We're not binary stars. Is this a science lesson or something? Ray stares down at me with an immovable expression. He's clearly not in the mood for jokes. A solar system where there's 2 stars? In a binary system, there's a primary star and a secondary star. Depending on their orbit, they can be classified as wide binaries and close binaries. I'm unsure where this is going, but the tone of Ray's voice keeps me from speaking. In a close binary, mass can be transferred between the two. The primary star can exert gravitational force strong enough to pull in the smaller star, cannibalizing it completely. I don't like where this is going. A silence settles between the two of us. An understanding that leaves me queasy. I am said to be the hero with countless abilities, but in reality, my ability is just one: to pull in smaller stars and devour them whole. What? Every ability I have, I killed for. Criminals, villains, civilians, even other heroes. Some were forced upon me, others were of my own volition. That's terrible! Not the others of his own volition, because he's been brought up that way, but the fact that I am just thinking about Ray as like a little child. being forced to kill someone to take their ability by the government organization, and he doesn't understand why. And now he doesn't know what empathy is, so he just does it. My stomach sinks. It's not so out of the question that he'd be able to slaughter people so easily. After all, I witnessed it myself, but some part of me felt disturbed. I won't deny what I am. Luke was right. I am a monster. I'm not a hero from the stars. I'm essentially only one thing. A government-funded military weapon. That makes me so... Oh, I'm so sad. It's not even his fault. Like, he's just been brought up since birth. Nothing can change that. Despite Ray's stony facade, I sense some sadness in his tone. I may be a monster, but I promise I will keep you safe if you let me. I'm not sure how to respond. Some part of me knows thank you isn't an appropriate response to the situation. Ray can sense the conflicting expressions that drift across my face. I know that was a lot. I'll let you rest. Holy shit. Okay, well, I think it's the burning building decision next. Because yeah, we've already seen Haley's call. Alright, this time we go from the window. I look around. The front door is too far away and the balcony door may be too heavy for me to open. The window falls into my vision. It's already partially open. If I can leverage my body to force it open in one swoop, maybe I can get some fresh air and jump onto the neighbor's balcony. It's a risky maneuver, but I'm willing to try. I crawl towards the window. Gathering my strength, I push the windowsill upwards. The momentum of the push causes me to fall backwards onto the hard floor. And I curse to myself, frustrations growing. There's chirping and squeaking. I look up and see a bat in the window. My heart drops. I need to shoo it away from the fire immediately. I try to leap up, but I slip back towards the hard ground. The bat begins to morph and change shape. I knew it! Am I hallucinating? I rub my eyes, but the morphing of the bat continues. The bat begins to take a more human shape, first shedding into skin and wings into arms. Am I dead? No. But if we don't get out of here, you might very well be soon. I knew Haley was a hero! The bat has formed into a very familiar figure. They sit across my window frame, cool and composed despite the chaos surrounding us. Their green hair sways in the wind. Despite the bat ears, a very familiar sparkle in their eyes make it impossible not to recognize them. Hell! Haley smiles. They sport a catsuit and a mask. A suit like that isn't cheap. It even looks custom made. And was Haley just a bat? Yandere, are you okay? What? Why are you... What are you? It's dangerous, you have to... My brain malfunctions and Haley laughs. Okay, as much as I appreciate the conversation, I'm suffocating in here. I think the smoke's getting to your head. Get me out. Let me get you out of here. And then I promise I'll explain everything. Haley hops through my window. They make their way over to the balcony door. Cover your face. I do as I'm told. And in one smooth kick, Haley shatters the glass. God, you're so cool. Okay, now I know your brain's lost too much oxygen. Haley plucks me off the ground and stands me to my feet, and begins to morph again. Soon, a large Siberian tiger is in my apartment, and my face pales. Get on my back. The tiger talks in Haley's voice. I'm gonna get you out of here. The tiger is Haley. I approach it cautiously. Oh my god, hurry up! The tiger, Haley, scoops me up with their head onto their back. They walk into the balcony and back up to the very edge. Hang on as tight as you can, okay? I wrap my arms around Haley and shut my eyes, putting my full faith into Hal. Haley takes off into a sprint, and soon the air hits my face, and we land again. I look up and see that we're on the neighbor's balcony. One more time. Hang on, okay? There's another sprint and then leap. A loud metal sound resonates as we land on the fire escape. Haley doesn't stop moving. They continue to sprint down the stairs, never breaking stride. I wonder if she knows that Ray started the fire and Ray is watching us right now. When they hit the soil, their gait only speeds up. I look up, and even the night sky is a blur. Keep holding on until I tell you to stop, okay? Oh, they absolutely know that Binary Star is watching us. I can hear Haley huff below me. I can't help but to think how soft their fur feels under my face. After some time, Haley finally slows to a stop, placing me on the ground. They're so hot though. Oh my god, what are you doing? I told you to keep the car running. Haley roars furiously at a certain Miles, who was standing outside beside the car. And just like that, I started living a new life with Miles and Haley in a new city. Apparently, Haley has been living a double life as an infamous villain this whole time. They're not even a hero, they're just a villain. That's so awesome. Well, villain isn't necessarily the correct term. Cat burglar is probably more appropriate. When I used to be a villain, Haley's alias was plastered all over magazines. Shrouded villain Chimera strikes again, but Hal never hurt anyone. Always worked alone. The only reason they were labeled a villain was due to the fact they were taking from the rich and powerful, and they were damn good at it. So good, in fact, that Miles' dad hunted Haley down and offered an incredible amount of money for Haley to take on Miles as their villain apprentice. Oh, and did I mention that Miles apparently comes from a long infamous line of villainy heritage? His dad, brothers, uncles, aunts, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, and so on are some of the most well-known villains of all time. Miles, of course, would rather be a hero, but good luck to anyone who tries to convince his father of that. So now Miles, Haley, and I roll together. We share a small apartment, sleep in during the day, and we lurk in the night. We take what isn't ours, funnel the money into offshore accounts preparing to flee whenever he finds us. Because according to Haley, it's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when. Having Haley at my side, I feel like I could take on anything. I could take on anything at the chance or a future where I can keep smiling and laughing with them. With Haley at my side, things are peaceful and happier. I found my stride again. I didn't know how much I needed them. They look at me, a familiar smile adorning their beautiful face. Falling asleep by Hal's side is a piece of heaven that I'm willing to fight for to preserve, be it heroes or villains. Come what may, I'm ready. I don't think we'll be able to fight off Binary Star, but that was a very, very cute ending. Alright, time to try and get Double Vision's ending. Alright. Okay, this time we will call Double. His face appears in my mind. I hate him with a burning passion. But I can't ignore that he's my best bet for any information at the moment. I unblock his number and press the dial button. The phone rings and rings, but ultimately Double does not answer. I sigh and stretch out, and suddenly my phone's vibrating. I pick up the call. And what do I owe this pleasure? Yinny? His voice is smug as usual. I can practically see the mocking grin across his face. Double, don't act so cold when you're the one that called me. Well, you're the one that tried to cut my fingers off. I still might. If you keep pushing, I ignore him, determined to stick to my goal at hand. I have a question. That right? Yeah, I remember back when we worked together. You had some run-ins with Binary Star, right? Double? I'll answer your question if you answer mine first. Okay, what color underwear are you wearing right now, Winter? My god, you are irritating. Double laughs. What a piece of shit. I should have known he was just gonna mess with me. I'm not answering that, so let me get this right. His voice becomes dangerously low. You call me to get some info on another guy, and you assume I'm just gonna play nice. Double lets out a harsh laugh. You're truly more of an idiot than I could have imagined. I resist the urge to throw my phone across the room. The line is silent. Guess I should hang up then. What makes you think I'm wearing any? Double honestly scares the shit out of me, but I'll be damned if I sit here and let him intimidate me. I decide to throw him off his balance. And what makes you think I'm even wearing any? Double's at a loss for words. Speechless Double. I remember the last time I left you speechless. Crap, Winter. He mumbles under his breath. Some part of me liked that I still had some hold over him. Unfortunately for me, he's always quick to recover. I don't believe you. What? I said, I don't believe you. I can hear the smirk in his tone. Send me a picture. Ew! Are you serious? I'm not doing that. Oh, bark and no bite as per usual, huh? I guess you don't need me to answer your questions then. I immediately get up, stripping off my top and pants. I'll show you some bite, bastard. After posing for a flawless art shop head with a tasteful middle finger, I send over the photo. Very nice. Almost exactly like I remember. Ew! You're gross. You can't talk to me like that. Double, So what did you want to know again? Alright. Binary Star. Double gives a short, spiteful laugh. You were so lucky you're my partner. You have no idea what I sheltered you from. And you still don't. The others will come back completely traumatized from seeing their friends being ripped apart by the heroes, while you knew none the better. None of the heroes ever gave a shit about any of us. And that guy? He was the worst of all. There's nothing human about those red eyes. No empathy, no guilt, just destruction without mercy. In our world, they say if you see a red flash, you're already dead. The iconic red eyes of national hero Binary Star being plastered on every TV show, every magazine has to be some kind of irony. Is that what you want to hear about your new boyfriend? The child from the stars. Is he really that bad? Double is quiet. I liked you, Yinny. You're always a feisty little shit. The others told me I was too soft on you, too sweet on you. No, you tried to cut my fingers off. Crap. Something foreign tints Double's tone. An uncharacteristic tint of emotion breaking through. Okay, doesn't forgive the crap you did. Yinny, you should think hard and make a decision. Do you want to live at the whims of a cruel, unforgiving creature? Or would you rather die? Your window to make that decision is closing. And soon, it'll be made for you. Even if you cry and beg, I can't come save you this time. Winter, Binary Star is so far removed from humanity. He might as well be from the stars. He's a creature without weaknesses. Well, I guess now he has one. And God knows, he's gonna keep that bitch on a short leash. You are the worst. I don't even want your ending. But I am nothing if not a completionist. Piss off. Double just laughs. Good luck, bitch. You're gonna need it. I'll keep you a nice little picture as a parting gift. After that, the phone goes silent. Did Double really just hang up on me? Still a scumbag after all this time. I try to push his words out of my head. Do you want to live at the whims of a cruel, unforgiving creature? Or would you rather die? Binary. No, Ray, surely can't be that bad. He's been nothing but kind to me. He sets your apartment on fire. Double has told me cruel lies in the past. He's definitely just trying to psych me out. Alright, decision time. Go for the front door. I make a desperate crawling dash for the front door. Adrenaline shields me from the pain searing through my palms. I crawl towards the front door. It's open. I can escape. I thank whatever gods may have been watching over me, crawling out into the hallway. I was able to get some more fresh air. With adrenaline kicking in, I was up on my feet and running in no time. I sprint down the stairs and out the front door. My lungs burned as if they caught fire as well. Making my way to the street, I can't help but find the silence odd. A fire this big. And there were no emergency vehicles. I needed to find someone to call for help before the fire spreads, putting anyone else in danger. As I reached the alleyway to the main street, the adrenaline was wearing off and my legs shook, threatening to give out. I leaned up against the wall, gasping for air. I could only hear the sound of my blood rushing and my heart pounding wildly. Suddenly a hand covered my face, and I felt a feeling that was all too familiar. My body felt the rush through time and space before collapsing into reality again. I look up already knowing who I would find when the hand was removed from my face. What's with that nasty look? I glanced around trying to figure out where exactly Double landed us. Don't worry, I didn't phase you too far. Just far enough that we don't have to worry about any interruptions. Don't touch me! Get away from me! Man, he's so cute though. I will say, it's wild how Double's aesthetic is my type, but I don't even want this man. I just want Ray. There's something so hot about Ray. I back up, stumbling and catching myself over some garbage. When Binary Star finds you, he's going to do what exactly? Bring me the justice. Double cackles. It's cold and humorless. Grow a brain, honey. You should be thanking me. You're lucky I got to you first, Winter. Who knows what he would have done? I continue to catch my breath, glaring up at him. Binary Star would have saved me. He tilts his head. Double's eyes crinkle. Are you sure about that? You can't really be this ignorant, Yinny. He told you, didn't he? About his abilities. Or rather, ability. I look at Double. My silence speaks volumes. Then think. Use your freaking brain. Before you went to sleep, did you leave anything plugged in? When you woke up to your apartment already covered in flames, did you smell gas? Gasoline? My eyes widen at what Double's insinuating. How are you able to sleep through your apartment catching on fire, Winter? There's no way. You must have done this. Double cackles loudly. Do you hear yourself? Think, Winter. Who bothered you at the cafe? No. Yes. Binary Star took out the trash. And if I didn't come collect you, guess who would have been next? No, that doesn't make sense. Why would he want to kill me? Who knows what that psycho is thinking? I really shouldn't have saved you, but the thought of someone else. Anyone else torching you alive didn't really sit right with me. So let's go back to old times. New city, new us. Don't worry, Winter. I may not be a hero, but I'll keep you reasonably safe and sound. Double laughs, as if it's the funniest thing in the world. My face pales. True to Double's word, we started a new life in a new city. Although it was a new life, it felt reminiscent of old times. This time Double wasn't keeping any secrets. I witnessed everything for better or for worse. I would see Binary Star's face, or magazines on big advertisements peering down at me as if I were an ant. I could almost see the madness swimming behind the iconic wide smile. I look over at Double. He cuts a piece of flesh off of a hero's arm. The hero screams, peering at me with pleading eyes. Double looks back at me, smiling wide, blood-splattered face. Was trading one madness for another worth it? It was a question that swam in the depths of my chest, that crawled up my throat like bile every time Double smiled at me. Obviously wasn't worth it, because with Ray, at least we could redeem him and teach him how to be better. Because he genuinely didn't know. I was too afraid to answer. Double approaches me, wiping the blood off his hands with a towel, and he smiles. He tells me, "Let's get out of here, Yinny. The others will take care of the rest." I glance at the screaming man, more flesh being extracted. I glance back at Double foolishly, asking, is he gonna be okay? A fake smile stretches across Double's face. His jaw tightens. I can tell he's upset. A paper-thin smile. Double asks, why? Do you care what happens to him? To a hero. I grab Double's hand, responding, no I don't. Let's go. Double smiles, leaning down, and places his lips on my forehead. I can feel the blood smear when he kisses. A liturgical smearing of ashes. We are the same yet so different. He doesn't hide anything from me anymore, and expects the same in return. As we walk among the city streets, I don't dare look upon the oppressive stare of Binary Star. He glares down at me. Accusations behind his wide smile. I refuse to look even as the red eyes dissolve into the night. After all, in Double and I's world, there was only room for us and only us. That ending was awful. My god. Because at least with Ray, we could at least help him change for the better. But Double is just awful. Like, even his after stories, which was very difficult to read, he is just abusive and hurting you. We got all the endings though. Wait, what the heck is this? Your good friend. The day has been slow. Not many people coming or going. I can't help but to space out. My eyes blur as I fight to keep focus and stay alert. Maybe I can use some coffee myself. My eyes trace the subtle grooves and crevices of the countertop as I space out. Wait, what?
Hello? Can I, order a coffee?
I glance upwards, my eyes meeting the strange customer's form. It's Z! It's Z! They smile, their mouth full of sharp teeth. They sport some sharp horns and a peculiar tail.
No one told you it's rude to stare?
Sorry.
I'm just teasing. You can keep looking. I don't mind.
You are such a flirt. I clear my throat and shift on my feet, uncomfortable. His sharp teeth gleamed in the light.
So what would you recommend here?
Well, it depends what you're feeling.
What do you think I'm craving? I'll give you one guess.
Me bent over, hopefully. Oh yeah? What do I get if I guess right? The customer looks amused, and he leans in.
Whatever you want.
Oh my god, his hands are so hot. I laugh at the bold proclamation. You'll give me whatever I want.
Yes, but the question you should be asking is, what will I take if you lose?
I knot my eyebrows. Their tones seemed friendly, but something screamed at me that danger slithered under the surface. Well then, what will you take? They just smile.
You like surprises, don't you?
No, I'm not sure. The customer leans back.
Give it a go.
Does he have a sweet tooth, maybe?
Oh, human. I'd drink it if you made it, but not right now.
Well, I guess I lost then.
And I win.
I feel like you somehow rigged this. They smile innocently.
Oh dear. Oh me, oh my. What a sore loser.
The customer openly mocks me, cackling loudly. You're such an asshole.
You love that about me, though. You love me.
What? No, I don't. I don't even know you.
Yes, you do.
Uh-oh. No, I don't. My head begins to reel. My surroundings feel wrong.
You didn't even ask yet.
The customer leans on the counter looking down at me. I back up a bit, frazzled by the sudden closeness. Ask what? I start to feel dizzy.
What I get to take now.
We should stop playing around.
No. You lost. So now you pay the price.
The customer, Z, leans in close.
With your sleep.
My jaw drops. What?
I'm taking your sleep from you.
Don't do that. I need that. I barely sleep as it is. Z leans in closer and they whisper to me.
Wake up. It's time to wake up, sweetheart. Join me. Wake up.
Man, I can't believe Z just took my sleep. I needed that. Anyway, and that was the rest of Binary Star Hero, including all of the endings. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I didn't expect to love this so much. This like instantly shot into my top 5. It was so good. I am in absolute awe. It was actually genuinely so sad. I loved Ray as a character and how he was written. I loved how wonderful he genuinely is as Ray himself. Because my god, that man rizzed me up so easily. And he was just so fun to be around. But like, he just doesn't have like that sense of self and like the empathy. It's very, very clear that from birth, he was just trained to be a hero. He doesn't have empathy, he didn't even have a normal childhood. And just didn't really know what's right and what's wrong. I feel like he's never even been loved before. And he didn't even know that he could love until he saw us 3 years ago. And that makes me really sad. I think like all of his endings make me very upset except for the Ray ending, where you actually convince him that you want to be with him and you know, gently teach him to learn how to be a better person. Because like, if you check out like the after stories in the game, which I can't read all of them because my throat is dying, but the Ray one, which was the one that we checked out, was the most hopeful. For this one, he just lets the aliens kill humanity and all the heroes and only keeps us safe. Like, with intent of just keeping us alive with him until the end of like everything. And Double Vision's one is awful because he's just abusing you. And you end up being implied that you're gonna kill him. And Haley's one is actually pretty fun because you're on a heist with them and Miles. So I actually quite like that one. But overall, I love this story so much. I do kind of wish there was a bit more of an epilogue, and maybe in the future if there could be a side story that would be amazing, but definitely it is up to the dev whether they want to continue this or not. But I adored this so much. It was so well written and like so thoughtful in how to approach the concept of yandere in this one, because I feel like a lot of yanderes are like obsessive, you know, obsessive and loving because they just really like you. But whereas Ray had a very good reason in his history as to why he was like that. It wasn't so much that he was yandere just because. It was like because he was molded and shaped into something that lacked in empathy, and because you were the only thing that gave him hope for the first time in his life, he really wanted to hold on to you and cling to that. And I found that so incredibly sad. Like so sad. I'm so glad we got the Ray ending first though. I'm taking that one as canonical. Yeah, and I want this man so bad. I'm just gonna draw so much of him now. He's so pretty. I love him so much. Thank you so much for experiencing Binary Star here with me. This was incredible. I loved it immensely. If you guys liked this video too, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. And if you want to hang out outside videos, I stream on Twitch 3 times a week. Feel free to come over and hang out with me in the community. But that's all for now. Thank you so much again for coming along with this incredible adventure. I love this so much. I'm probably just going to replay it immediately on my own. I miss Ray already. Thank you so much again, and until next time, take care.